Hello everyone, welcome to Real Estate TV, the show that discusses all things real estate. You might be buying, you could be selling, even renovating. We look into all aspects and the advice we give is by professionals involved within the industry. I'm Pete Rowston, I host the show, and what a show it is today. We're at the Vinnie CEO Sleepout for 2016. It's going to be fantastic, so many things to look at.
This year we've had just over 100 CEOs participate and actually raise some important money for us and the people that we help in the community.
Allan takes a look at Flexi storage.
So from large to small, any application you got it covered.
Walk-in robes, built-in robes, kitchens, laundries, linens, be it all, we do it all.
And Aaron Pitt and John Loves from our premium partners HIA are having the sleep out together.
We've got to engage and we've got to try and make sure we can raise as many funds as we can to help Vinnies deal with the problem we have around homelessness.
Welcome everyone to Real Estate TV, the underarm. I was there that day.
Welcome to a very chilly night here at the 2016 Vinnie's CEO Sleepout. I'm with the biggest fundraiser of the day. Biggest fundraiser, I think, for the last 7 years, Barry, haven't you been?
Pretty close, yeah, I reckon. Yeah, raise a bit. But I think the key thing for me is this is our 7th year I've done it. There's 4 of us that have done it for 7 years, which is good. And you just get out there and grind away and hit up all your friends for money and away you go, it's good.
Now, I first met you last year when I came. I just rocked up raw. You were one of the men that showed me a bit of kindness, kept me warm for a little while, but then you evicted me from the
I'm not sure about the keeping you warm. I think I gave you some tips on how to get warm.
Tips.
Yeah, very glad you're organised this year. That's a good thing.
I did.
Sleeping bag, pillow, cardboard, perfect. You can't go wrong.
When I go into the bigger states, I used to actually see people on the side of the street for a long time. Never really saw it in Perth. Now, it's in every state. It seems to be actually escalating. There is a lot of people sleeping out at night.
I think there's always been certainly an element of homelessness certainly in WA, but these sort of events actually bring it to the fore. So there's about 9,500 people that sleep rough every night. And I think what's interesting is they're just people sleeping rough. There's a whole bunch of other people who are sleeping in cars, they're sleeping on people's couches, so there's almost an undercurrent of people there. While technically they've got a roof or they've got something over their head, they're homeless as well. They don't have their own fixed abode, and it's very, very tough. It's a tough get, it really is.
With most fundraisers, you can donate, anyone can donate. But this is actually putting yourself in the life for one night, but you still are taking it on. Last year when I took it on, it was wet, it was rainy. I've heard guys saying it's going to rain tonight, so I'm going to be up for the easiest night.
Yeah, and I think part of it is when you have a very, very small taste of it, actually gives you a greater understanding. I mean, it's easy to write out a cheque. I mean, anyone can sit in an office and write out a cheque and go, there you go. I think if you're actually trying to experience it in a very, very small way, you become a lot more passionate about it, and it makes you more aware when you see people out there. You just take a different view of the world, you really do. You try and be a better person and try and help out others who are doing it tough. And it's been a good year, a bit tougher this year, but we raised some good money, raised about $121,000, so I'm pretty happy with that. And to be quite frank, you know, it's one night, it's not that big a deal, it really isn't. I mean, you've got people doing it 365 days of the year, so we're pretty lucky. This is about trying to give a bit back.
More money raised this year than last year in a harder market, but the homeless amount keeps going up.
We've been doing this for 7 years now. We've raised $4.2 million. And from Vinnie's perspective, that makes a big, big difference. So it's providing accommodation, it's providing meals, it's providing support services for passengers in Northbridge, for the Vincentian village. So there's a lot of good programs they put in place there, and they can't do without money. And they need people like us to go out and raise money for them. Every cent you raise goes to Vinnie's.
Well, what you've done is a great job.
Pleasure.
Congratulations on being the #1 for the last time, because next year I'm coming after you.
I reckon that'll be awesome if you could beat me.
Well, I'm gonna. My mum and all of her senior friends.
How many in your family?
13.
13?
13.
Well, a nice donation off each one of those, you'll beat me easily.
Now, if you want to get involved, make sure you go to our website, follow the links, or you can go straight to the Vinnie's website, vinnies.org.au. Now, don't forget, during the show, we're going to drop in and out and see exactly what we get up to here at the 2016 Vinnie's CEO Sleepout.
Present your house like a home with the team at Furniture Hire and Styling Australia. To make sure your home looks its absolute best for sale, you need the right advice, the right experience, and the best quality furniture and accessories. Furniture Hire and Styling Australia can bring out the best in your home with their huge range of coffee tables, dining suites, sofas, lamps, and plenty more. Don't put an empty house on the market, make it a home with Furniture Hire and Styling Australia. For For more information, get onto fhsa.com.au or follow the links from our website.
Welcome back to the 2016 Vinnie's CEO Sleepout. I've got to tell you, you actually meet some good people here, like this man, John Gilarvis from the HIA.
Aaron Pitt, good to see you.
You're actually a man that I owe a big thank you to. Last year you invited me along, I came along, you forgot to mention bring a sleeping bag, bring a pillow. I just rocked up raw.
Yeah, it's good to see you prepared. Last year you came with nothing.
Nothing.
You know, you didn't have a sleeping bag, you didn't have a pillow, nothing. You did it rough. I think that's a credit to you. This year you've prepared a little bit better than you did last year. So, mate, that's good to see you here backing it up.
All jokes aside, you actually get involved in this because, like every other CEO that's involved, you've been made aware of the problem, the growing problem, even though there's a lot of growing assistance with the problem, of the homelessness in Australia and specifically in WA.
Well, there's two reasons. One is that yes, there is lots of people sleeping rough at the moment in WA in particular. It can assist the great people at Vinnie's being able to do the great work they do out in the community. And the second reason is that the Housing Industry Association is supporting and improving housing affordability, and it's just really my way of shining a light on that issue. So trying to address homelessness and also trying to improve housing affordability for not just Western Australians but across the whole country. A
lot of people say to me, you know, homelessness is something you can avoid. But I got to tell you, I've heard stories tonight, I've heard stories when I was here last, and that's what this night does, is it provokes you, it gets your attention, and you listen. And a lot of the stories I've heard, no one's intentionally gone homeless. No one's decided, I'm just going to live on the street. It's purely by accident, and it's a massive trip up that they can't recover from because of affordability, because of the economic situation, isn't it?
Well, I think what we found from last year is all sorts of different circumstances can impact on an individual, and it's not one particular area. It could be a raft of different issues that someone finds themselves homeless. And in our great country, it's a shame we've got this scenario that shouldn't happen. And I think that's all forms of government, local, state and federal, and also the business community, as we're seeing here with the CEO Sleepout, do something really proactive to try and address the issue that is at hand in terms of homelessness. I think I've said previously is that we're going to do it one night. There's people out there at the moment, night after night after night, that are going through homelessness and sleeping rough. So we've got to engage, and we've got to try and make sure we can raise as many funds as we can to help Vinnie's deal with the problem we have around homelessness.
You're a legend.
Good on you.
I look forward to catching up with you a little bit later and showing off my A-grade accommodation.
Oh, well done, mate. Congratulations. Good to have you here 2 times in a row.
Prepared.
Prepared this time. I think there's a good spot over there.
Done.
Okay.
Now, if you'd like to know more about tonight's event, all you've got to do is jump onto vinnies.org.au, and if you want to know more about what the HIA are doing within the housing industry, all you've got to do is jump on their website, hia.com.au.
Are you involved in the WA real estate industry? If you're an agent, a builder, a landscaper, or you offer a product or service to do with buying, selling, renovating, or investing in the real estate industry, then we'd love to share your story on the show. We've literally featured hundreds of stories over the last 5 years from professionals involved with WA real estate. From Perth's biggest and best builders, real estate agents, plumbers, electricians, carpenters, gardeners, and renovation experts to the HIA Apprentice of the Year. As part of the program, you'll also be featured on our website and included in our online community. realestatetv.com.au is a searchable hub for real estate professionals, and all of our past and present stories are up there for on-demand viewing. Plus, your video links directly to your own website. To find out more, all you have to do is get onto our website, realestatetv.com.au, and click on Get Involved. And hopefully, we'll be telling your story real soon.
That's great. It's nice to put a bit of movement in as well. You don't have to. I can. I know you wouldn't. Old Pill and No Friends, they call me. Not for long, because after the break, the wonderful Mark Fitzpatrick, who's the CEO of Vinnie's WA, is going to join me. Oh yeah, see you then. Welcome back to Real Estate TV. I'm with this wonderful man. His name is Mark Fitzpatrick. He's the CEO of Vinnie's WA. Hello, Mark.
Hi, Peter. How are you?
Oh, I'm great, thank you. And your hands are toasty warm, and this is not bad considering you've been out in the cold all night.
It wasn't too bad last night. It got a bit cool at about 3 o'clock, but it was actually a lot warmer than what we've had recently.
That's your night of nights, isn't it?
It is. It's an important fundraiser for us to raise money for our homeless services in WA, and this year we've had just over 100 CEOs participate and actually raise some important money for us and the people that we help in the community.
Great. How many have you done?
This is my 5th.
Oh, it's hard done
Yeah,
now.
First year was 1.8 degrees, so the temperature last night wasn't too bad, I've got to be honest.
Positively balmy, they were calling it, in comparison.
Yeah, comparison, yeah, absolutely.
So tell us about our plight in WA in terms of numbers. How many homeless people in the streets each night?
Well, the last count, there was about 10,000 homeless. We think that's actually probably higher than that, though. In our youth service alone, we actually service about 3,500 people under the age of 25 who are homeless, and let alone in terms of the other services that we provide as well. So we think the problem's unfortunately getting bigger, and we hope to turn the tide sooner rather than later in that front.
Now, last night, what would you have raised in ballpark sort of figure?
Oh, we raised about $650,000 last night for the event.
Fantastic. And what do you do once you've raised the money? How do you allocate the money? How do you use it?
We run 5 homeless prevention programs, and so we get government funding for one. The money that we raise goes to those homeless services that we don't get government funding for.
Right.
And so that's whether we're dealing with youth or people in Albany, or the services that we provide to try and prevent homelessness in people who might be at risk of losing their house and that sort of stuff too. So I think the stats are around 35% of all homelessness relates to domestic violence or family breakdown. So unfortunately, we need to turn the tide on that.
So there'll be a CEO Sleepout next year?
Yeah. Look, we don't want to have to do it. We'd much rather have the issue addressed, but unfortunately we're in a situation where we're seeing more and more people access our services, so we really need to be able to continue to provide those and help people make a success of their lives and get out of homelessness and hopefully never go back.
Good on you. Lovely. Thanks for talking to me, mate.
Thanks very much.
Well done. Now here's the wonderful Allan. He's at Flexi Storage.
These days, more and more of us are working full-time from home, or at least doing catch-up work, researching projects, paying bills, sorting through emails. And the more comfortable and better the home office is, the better and easier the work will be. So if your home office space looks more like a cluttered cupboard, Flexi Home Storage Solutions will set you up and sort you out. Flexi Home Storage Solutions transform your work area to increase productivity and complement the way you work. These are truly professional, high-quality, custom-made offices made exclusively to fit your space and your needs. They take care of everything to make sure you get the perfect workspace and a home office you'll be proud to own. Flexi has been designing, building and installing beautifully functional home and corporate offices in Perth since 2001 and delivering solutions that exceed expectations in terms of quality and craftsmanship. Now, Craig, these aren't just mass-produced tables and chairs you've unpacked from a warehouse somewhere and plonked in your spare room, are they?
No, not at all, Allan. It's custom-made, fully installed and made-to-measure product.
And what designs do you have for us?
A range of product. It's the organiser, the executive and the professional range.
Now, installation, we're not going to be crawling around with screwdrivers and Allen keys for a couple of days, are we?
No, not at all, Allan. That's the custom part of it. We can get your product installed in as little as 4 weeks, actually. We've got a team of very trusted, police-cleared people that generally get it done within a day.
Flexi Home Storage Solutions will make sure you have the best home renovation experience possible. As a WA-owned and operated company, they value their customers and dedicate time to listen, suggest, guide and ensure that all of your home office needs are catered for with their innovative and functional designs. And don't forget their customer service. This is a cornerstone to the Flexi experience, reinforced by the quality of their team and the quality of their product. Ross, your designs are created for each individual customer and each individual space, aren't they?
Correct. We do computer nooks, homework areas, big commercial areas, everything.
So from large to small, any application you got it covered?
Yes, definitely. You know, walk-in robes, built-in robes, kitchens, laundries, linens, be it all, we do it all.
Flexi Home Storage Solutions. Turn this into this. Renovate and transform your workspace professionally and cost effectively. Go to flexihomeoffices.com.au.
Right now, Flexi are offering you an obligation-free measure and quote. They'll come to you, measure your space, create a one-of-a-kind tailored storage design just for you to the value of $500, and whether you go ahead or not, that design is yours to keep. It's time to love the way you live and work, so get in touch with Flexi today for your free custom storage design. flexi.com.au.
After the break, we'll catch up with John Jalavis from our premium partners, HIA. We'll see you then. I like him, he's a good guy. I'm excited.
Guess where I am? I bet you can't, but if you were going to have a guess, I reckon you'd say down south somewhere, maybe hours from civilization. And you know what? If I close my eyes, take in the fresh air and listen to the trees, I could almost fool myself. But you know what? I'm actually just 20 minutes from the city, near one of Perth's newest private estates. Lakeside Success is nothing like you'd expect. It's got such a relaxed community vibe that you would expect from any country town, but with all the conveniences of the city, and it's super close to all the really important stuff like schools, great shopping, cafes, public transport, and the Kwinana Freeway. So many estates these days are built on the promise that infrastructure will be built at a later date. Let's face it, choosing somewhere where there's already established community is pretty important when choosing where to live. Alex, I've been having a look around the area and it's bustling. So much happening down here.
Success is a great little suburb, located right next to Coburn Central. It's where all the action is. Lakeside Success, we've sold over 200 lots so far, and there's something there for everyone.
Alex, what sort of feedback have you had from people who've already built and moved into the estate?
Had great feedback from the young couples, the families, the mums and dads. Everyone's really enjoying being close to Coburn Central, close to the good schools, great little cafes. They're really enjoying being part of the Lakeside Success community.
Brand new aquatic centre, that's pretty fantastic.
That's right, you know, they're spending $100 million doing the aquatic centre. It's going to be state of the art. It'll be the Dockers' new home stadium. Everything they want is on their doorstep.
What prices, what sizes, what are we talking?
We've got a great range of blocks available. Lot sizes start from 220 square metres, going right up to 450 square metres, so there's a block size for everyone. They start at 240,000, really affordable, up to the more family size orientated blocks.
Alex, if I was watching this right now and I thought, I want to get in on Lakeside Success, where would I find you?
You can go to our website, lakesidasuccess.com.au, or you can go down and see the fantastic sales team led by Murray Voss, sales officers down off Jubilee Avenue. They live in the area, they know the area, they'll answer all your questions. Go down and see them.
Thanks, Alex. So, if you're after that relaxed lifestyle that's not too far away from the city and nature's your nearest neighbour, head to lakesidasuccess.com.au.
There's days where you just have a sort of stock standard sort of a day, and there's days where you're full of joy. You know why I'm full of joy today is because I'm with this man, John Jalavis from HIA, our premium partners. Hello, Johnny.
G'day, Pete. How are you?
Good to see you. I'm well, man. You did the CEO Sleepout last night?
Oh yes, it was good. Bit cold and pretty rough, but not after any sympathy, because there's lots of people across the country that are sleeping rough every night.
I saw you clubbing at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
I saw you out there.
My cardboard was the only place I was at last night, and I've got to say it was rough, and many people are experiencing that throughout the country. And so I guess last night on the whole, St Vinnie's CEO Sleepout's an important way of raising important funds for Vinnie's to run the programs that they run, supporting homelessness across the country, and in particular in Western Australia.
And let alone the awareness that it gives everybody as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
When is it a good time where living is affordable, or what blocks that when it's not?
There's a number of issues, and it's quite a complex matter of housing affordability. There's been recent conversations, particularly around the federal election, around capital gains tax and negative gearing changes.
Yep.
However, the bigger issue from a housing industry perspective is the amount of taxation taxation that's levied on the residential housing industry. So independent research we've done suggests that 41% in WA of a house is a tax fee, charge or levy. And that, and it's a significant impost on housing. And if there's ways that the government can act and do need to act, is around the level of taxation across an industry like the new housing industry that is essentially providing shelter for the community.
Talking about things like a stamp duty, yeah?
Stamp duty is a very inefficient tax, and if that was able to be removed, that would go a long way to making housing more affordable. But also there are a range of levies that are applied on the industry that get passed on through the process, and the cost ends up becoming quite excessive because of the amount of taxation. So if governments across the country are able to focus on the amount of taxation on new homes, we're able to make housing much more affordable. And that's really, I think, one of the key answers and some of the key strategies that government need to employ to make housing affordable for many Australians.
Yeah, it's lovely, well answered. And oh, hang on, it's one of those street people. It's Aaron Pitt. He did his sleepover last night.
Thanks for waking us up, John.
Yeah, no worries, mate. My pleasure.
Mate.
You needed it.
How was your cardboard, bro?
It wasn't as good as the bed, I tell you what. It was a hard night. It was a hard night. About 3 o'clock in the morning, you could just feel it in your fingers. It was terrible. It was terrible.
But somehow John looks quite good and you look crap.
Someone have got to wake you up.
I had to go and wake him up.
He's had breakfast. I haven't had breakfast yet. Where's everyone gone?
I don't know, but they've all shot through.
Well done, chaps. You should be proud of yourselves. Congratulations. Love to see you, Johnny.
Thanks, Pete. Great seeing you too.
Well done, man. Go and have a little cuddle. Have a little cuddle. Thanks for joining us, everyone. That's all we've got time for. If you love the program, head to the website, watch it again, realestatetv.com.au. This program, old programs, products, the whole kit and caboodle. Have a look around. We'll see you next week. Stay on 7. Something fantastic's about to happen. See you soon. Come on, I'll buy you some sort of, I'll buy you a hash brown. That's all.
And that's a wrap.